Good day, folks. I'm here with Steve Hook, who is a 2006 computer science graduate from Clarion University. Steve also earned a minor in information systems. Steve, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm from Pittsburgh, originally from Punxsutawney area, so Clarion kind of made sense for me, but now I'm in Pittsburgh. I'm a software developer. I have been in the industry for about 8 years now, and yeah, I mean, certainly enjoying my time. It was a fantastic major to pick, and it's great to be in an industry where I can be excited about the stuff that I do.
Okay, so you went to high school where?
Went to high school in Punxsutawney.
Okay.
Punxsutawney High School.
Now, why did you pick Clarion's computer science program?
So I wasn't real great about picking my college. At the time, I mainly focused on following some friends that I had in high school, and they said, "Hey, you should come here." And I was like, "Oh, okay." They have a computer science degree. I was lucky enough to kind of know where I wanted to go in that, and I chose it. But then I didn't realize what a good decision that it was, and found out that Clarion is actually has a fantastic computer science degree.
Great. Good. That's just one of those hidden gem type events.
It was, yeah. I didn't do a good job of really vetting things out, but it turned out that I picked a fantastic choice. So I'll go with it, yeah.
Of course, parents always think about college as a bunch of classes and all that and staying focused on classes, but did you get involved outside of class and doing things?
I did, and that was probably the most important part for me in Clarion was outside of the classwork, and I didn't realize how important it was until I left. That I was a part of the tech floor organization here, which I'm happy to hear is still around since 2006. So I was the president of the tech floor organization, where we kind of had people come in and say, "Hey, you can come in and play games and eat pizza and have a good time," but there's this other side of it where if you need help with coursework, or you want to do something with your skills and learn something that is outside of that coursework, you could do that. So what we ended up doing was we would, in our spare time, after we're done playing games and having fun, we'd have some more fun, and we'd write some applications that the campus would actually use. So we ended up creating 3 separate applications that we could then put on our resume and say, "Hey, I did this in college," apart from learning all those things in the courses too.
Right, excellent. You know, one of the things that I've noticed over the years is Facebook has become very handy to me to be able to keep track of friends as I've moved around the world. But now, are you still in touch with the friends that you made on the tech floor and everywhere else?
I am. That was a big part of it too, is that tech floor group, because it was so young back then. Now it's pretty thriving, but it was so young back then that there were many people. It was a small group, and there was a group of 9 people, and my phone was buzzing earlier because they're sending me messages and things. So we still keep in touch. We're actually very close, and we call each other Team Clarion, which is hokey, but I mean that's where it came from, and
right.
And it ended up being that after college I took a job, and I got that job from a friend of mine in Clarion that said, "Hey, you should come here." And then I went there, and then I brought all the other friends there, and we've just been kind of moving from place to place, and I get to work with the friends that I have that I made in college.
So your testimony to that 85% of all jobs are found through networking, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So what else did you do for your job search?
For my job search, I pretty much I kind of had my choice, which I was talking to a few other people here about that. Is like, well, how was that? Well, it's not that interesting of a story. I went and I picked which one that I wanted, and I applied to it, and I got it, right? But in reality, I did have my choice there. So I could have gone into banking or healthcare or missile defense or whatever it may be. But for me, I didn't really want that. I was looking for something that was different, something that I felt personally would be more interesting than that. And I chose a company that was over near Philly that did admission control for amusement parks and zoos and aquariums, and to me that was fun, right? That was different. So
especially if you got free tickets.
And I did. So a month in, they're sending me, "Hey, we need you to go to Disneyland and test some ticketing for us." So it's like, okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Right. So then, I get to go to San Diego Zoo and even local here in Hershey Park. So
Okay.
So that was nice.
Nice. Okay, so when you started your first job, how well prepared did your Clarion education make you? I mean, how well prepared were you compared to the other graduates from other programs that were there?
Well, the first employer that I went to told me the difference between me and other people in terms of an entry-level position, and I thought that was kind of nice. So what I had done in Tech Floor, so I guess everybody has the same coursework, right? We can list, oh, I did Java, I did C++, I did whatever that may be. Everyone has that course set,
right.
And they say, oh, I have a degree, right? That's great. What I had was I had that experience from Tech Floor. I had 3 projects. I had a successful projects list on my resume that people didn't have, and I had 3 things on there for the 3 applications that we wrote for the campus. And not only that, wasn't just saying I did these, I had URLs to prove it. You
right.
could go to the site and you could see the work that I had done. And then the fact that I was involved in that community such that I was the president of Tech Floor, that was important to the employer. So they said that they took me based on that experience, that was the differentiator.
So leadership opportunities, working and doing projects outside of the classroom, that experiential learning, those are things that your employer really saw as valuable.
Absolutely. And we even see that today, being in the industry for quite some time now, I get to do the recruiting. And I get to bring in those entry-level positions. And one of the first things that I ask for, which is funny because my employers, they know it's coming and they kind of laugh because they know that's how I'm going to decide how this person's doing, is the first question is, what do you do outside of school and what do you do outside of work to improve yourself, right? Do you do any side projects? Are you interested in anything outside of those areas? And if I don't get a good answer, I'm probably not interested.
So parents, if you're listening, this is one of the things that we try to encourage our freshmen to do, is to get involved in things on campus. Campus involvement can help flesh out that resume and make it look more than just a bunch of classes and a GPA. It's something that's key to raising that resume up in the stack so that employers are really attracted to that resume. So besides tickets, right, and getting a chance to go to different amusement parks and things like that, what have you enjoyed most about your career as a whole?
Well, I think it's about passion. So I love what I do, and I can't even imagine myself being in another field. It's exciting to say, and a lot of new people in the industry will find that out, is when you write your first application and you push a button and you sit back and you watch it do stuff on its own, is just, it opens the door and you realize, wow, I can really do anything. It's whatever I have in my mind if I want to create something. And that's certainly more the case now than it was even whenever I graduated, because the tools are out there and we can do all of these things. So it's that job satisfaction. I heard when I graduated, it's one of the highest jobs in terms of job satisfaction, where you can actually point at something that is out in the real world and say, I did that. For example, the second job that I took, which I'll kind of tell a little story about that. A lot of people in this area are Pittsburgh Penguins fans. Second job that I took was with instant replay and video systems, in that, sticking to the theme of, I like to do things that are a little bit out of the ordinary, not the banking, not the whatever it may be. So I took that job, and one of the first things that I had to do was the Pittsburgh Penguins came to me and said, hey, we want to have video on our bench while we play the game. So make that happen. Here's 3 days to do that. So I went out and I implemented this solution for them, and suddenly they have a tablet on their device that has roughly 3 to 5 seconds of a delay from live time. And every time I watch a game to this day, I can watch them on the bench using that software. So that's that job satisfaction.
Right, and it's one of the unique things in your field, where you're in a very technical field. I mean, you're in a STEM field, science and technology, and yet you have the opportunity to be creative. And what a nice combination there. So, I mean, bottom line, if a friend or a family member asked you if they should go to Clarion University for computer science, okay, or information systems, what would you tell them?
Well, absolutely. I mean, I think it's unexpected. It's more that unsung hero that you don't realize that it's a fantastic school for computer science as well as information systems. But it's kind of unexpected. You have a small class size, which even whenever you get into the more the later courses, you have even smaller of a class size, and you better be paying attention because you're going to get more attention than you would at a larger school.
Right. Yeah, and I think one of the unique things about Clarion University too is that the cornerstone of this university is education. And you can see that in the faculty that you hire throughout the university, whether they're in business or computer science or library science. You'll see that our faculty actually like their students, that we get involved with our students and we get to know them. All right, Steve, well, thank you very much, and appreciate this opportunity to have an interview.
Yeah, thank you.